And we're almost ready to go with another edition of Sweet and Sour. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for going online and filling out our Your Say questionnaires, all of which are going to be aired, the answers to which are going to be aired in tonight's episode as we discuss with the viewers these issues. Tom Gleeson and his Logie acceptance speech. It's really hard to follow a really strict diet of healthy, good, nutritious food, especially when the doctor puts you on a diet and you're a chocoholic. And the last issue we're going to chat about is the customer. He's always right, apparently. For the last 100 years he has been. Is he still always right? We'll see what the panellists have got to say. Don't go away. Sweet and Sour starting right now.
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Toss the sugar in there, baby.
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
How's about some sugar?
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Gary Mitchell with you for the next chat-filled half hour. Who's joining me tonight on the panel? His former, Your Honour, is he. Hello, John Gangell.
Hello, how are you going?
I'm well, sir. What do we call you now?
Oh, I don't know, Feather Duster? The man that once was?
CR.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
CR, Councillor Gangell.
Yep, indeed.
How are you, sir? Have you recovered from the election result?
Oh, you never quite recover from that, but I've come pretty in pink tonight, so trying to lift my spirits.
You are pretty in pink, resplendent as always. Speaking of which, hello, beautiful Nat.
Hello, Gary.
How are you?
I'm really good.
What's been happening in that kitchen of yours?
Truffles. It's truffle season.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I know.
I was reading the other day that, the price people pay for truffles is incredible.
Yeah, they can. Well, we're lucky here.
Do we have any local
The
truffles?
Manjimup truffles are beautiful, and they're just coming to the fore now.
Did you bring me in any?
I thought about it, actually.
Oh, you just thought about it. Thanks.
Thought about it.
All right. I'll take the mickey out of you during the commercial break. Thanks for thinking. Mandi, for the first time. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Mandi at home.
That's me. But I'm here, not at home.
I've been to your shop.
You have been
It
to
is
my
a
shop.
beautiful, happy shop.
Thank you.
Well done.
So I made an environment for myself. It's
All
lovely
right,
every day.
Lovely shop. Nice to have you here for the first time.
Thank you, Gary.
Lukey, long time between drinks, mate.
It's good to finally be back, Gary.
How are you, sir?
I am doing super. I've had big things going on, and look, my manager will probably kill me for talking. I shouldn't talk about. No, I'll tell you. I just last week, I actually just got an offer from Netflix, which is super exciting.
Serious?
Yeah, they offered me 20% off the subscription. So
Oh, that's sensational.
I think I'm going to do it, guys. You don't walk away from a deal like that.
I'm sure your beautiful daughters will be thoroughly
They will be
enthralled
thrilled.
with that. Well done, mate. Lovely to have you back. And here we go. First letter of the evening. Hi there, panellists. I love watching quality TV. Most of it's now on SBS, the ABC or Netflix, as Luke just said. As a dedicated follower of Hard Quiz and The Weekly with Charlie Pickering, I was over the moon when the gold Logie was presented to Tom Gleeson. He's both hilarious and incredibly clever. He single-handedly demonstrated how to fudge the superficial Logies popularity contest, and he collected the main gong in the process. His acceptance speech will go down in history as one of the more significant, despite him being somewhat under the influence. Yet again, Hamish and Andy, two wastes of time lowbrow comics, oh that's terrible, bagged out the most significant speech of the evening next to Kerry O'Brien's, as they did last year to Bert Newton after his wonderful contribution. Suggesting that Gleeson's speech was not appropriate as it demeans others who may take the Logies more seriously was also echoed on The Project the following night. Where is our television heading when even light-hearted comics and entertainment programs are taking it all oh so dramatically and can't comprehend real quality satire? With so many idiots on TV who only appeal to teenagers, where will Aussie viewing be in 10 years? It comes to us from Douglas of Windsor in Victoria. Jono.
Yes, Douglas. TV Week Logie Awards. To me, it's TV Week. It's piss week. really, I agree with you. I think the speech was
Did you watch
fantastic.
them?
I didn't watch them. No, I don't think they've got really any meaning left now. I have to say, the farce really began last year with the whole program when Grant Denyer won the award for not actually having a program on television at the time, in which Tom Gleeson was very much a part of, as part of his Hard Chat program. So it's been a year-long campaign. Tom Gleeson got a lot of headlines. Was he overall the most popular? I don't think it really matters because, as I say, TV Week, it's just a bit
Doesn't make
week.
a difference. Nat,
Yep.
did you watch it?
I did.
Did you like it?
I did.
Did you like Tom?
Oh, look, putting words in my mouth.
I
Yeah,
did.
It was delightfully excruciating as an acceptance speech.
Ooh.
It was, Tom's speech was like getting a Chinese burn from a guy that you liked in high school, you know,
Yeah.
kind of like you wanted it to stop but you didn't, you know?
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
kind of how I felt. Look,
He's
as
good like
to
that.
people's opinion, you know, if Hamish and Andy want to throw their opinion about and try and kind of run off the back of his speech and get some popularity or whatever it is, notoriety from that,
And
they
that's
can.
probably what they're doing. They did it last year, apparently, with Bert Newton.
I think that's how I would view
We haven't actually
their
seen Bert
perception.
since.
Haven't we?
No.
Probably on a hill.
You know, I think they hurt him. I think they did him a whole lot of damage. Anyway.
He comes from a different era, and I think you have
He
to
does.
be mindful of that. That's kind
All
of
right,
common in the
Mandi,
theme.
come on in.
Okay, Douglas, you watched the Logies, so I don't understand what you're even saying. You got sucked into the publicity stunt, which was Tom Gleeson.
And it was a stunt.
It
was a
was,
publicity
absolutely.
stunt.
And he did his job so superbly. It was fantastic. And now everyone's talking about the Logies and ABC, so happy days.
Yeah,
And as far as,
ABC cleaned
yeah,
up.
And as
So
far
did
as
SBS.
Yeah, and as far as Hamish and Andy are concerned, mate, they've been going since 2003. I think a lot of people may disagree with you on
Do
that.
you know what? I gave Hamish and Andy their first award when they were with Community TV, and I was the host of the award show where they were transitioning from Community TV. They'd already signed a contract with Channel 7, but there were 4 in their troupe back then. We haven't seen the other 2. Channel 7 only signed Hamish and Andy.
There you
That's
go.
an interesting little aside, isn't
Good
it?
on you, Dale. Good on you. So, I suppose we'll just go forward and we'll just have more clowns coming on TV, and
course we
hopefully
will.
it'll all be probably
Only if they
paid
rate,
TV.
and only if they
Absolutely.
rate well and do their job
Yeah,
well.
more
Lukey.
publicity.
Yes. Well, I think my biggest problem with it is that everyone was making Tom out to be this evil villain that, you know, hijacked the Logie Awards. But Tom, I know Tom well. We have done a lot of stand-up comedy gigs together around Australia, and he could not be a more lovely guy. Like, he's always backstage giving you encouraging words like, "Oh, Luke, that was really funny. Oh, Luke, I wish I was as funny as you. Oh, Luke, I'm not gay, but you make me reconsider." Like, he's always got a nice word to say to you. And so the fact that they tried to make him look like a jerk, I think, is a bit wrong, because he's just trying to entertain people. He makes people laugh. I think the whole Logie Awards is kind of redundant, and he just pointed that out to everyone.
Especially when it's a popularity contest and, you know, you can fudge it anyway. He just pointed that out, didn't he? We asked you at home, do you agree with Andy Lee's suggestion that Tom Gleeson's Gold Logie acceptance speech was in poor taste, as other performers take it appropriately, more seriously? And here's what you said. Only 33% agreed. And the majority said, no, he was terrific. So there you go, all those stiff shirts, up your jumper. When we come back, what are we going to be talking about? Oh, yes, you go to the doc, and he puts you on a diet, and you don't like doing it, do you? Because the chockies are out. When we come back, more of Sweet and Sour, don't go away.
Sweet and sour.
Pour some sugar on there, baby.
It's time for sweet and sour.
Pour some sugar.
It's time for sweet and sour.
Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. If you'd like to send us a letter and have it discussed by our panellists, send it to one of these 5 social contact points appearing on your screen right now. And for everyone that lands here and we decide to read out, we are going to send you to the movies, courtesy of Natalie Cameron and NRC Communications. And we're sending you this week to the Palace Cinemas to see anything you want that screening.
Love that
They're
cinema.
double passes too. Yeah, so do I.
Oh my gosh.
The Perth one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
In
to
it
the
all
Melbourne
the
one, I've been
time.
to the Adelaide one, and the Perth one is, well, it's the newest, so it's the best.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, I love it. Dear Mitch and panel, How does anyone get through to someone with a defeatist attitude? My husband is just stubborn. He developed a medical condition where he has to modify his diet and not eat processed foods. But he does, and he won't stop. He has this strange attitude where he thinks better food probably won't help him. He always points out examples of statistics or even personal acquaintances who haven't managed to be helped by dietary changes and so doesn't try it himself. As far as I'm concerned, he has nothing to lose, and in my mind, the fundamental reason why we have so much illness in our society is because of our bad food intake. The worst of it is that he's become a management issue when he's eaten poorly, and it impacts the kids and me. What is it that causes this shockingly debilitating negative attitude, and more importantly, how do I manage to get him to eat well? Surely everyone is helped by eating good natural food. It comes to us from Penny of Hammersley in WA. Nat, eat good healthy food. What's wrong with that?
Speaking to the right girl. I've got to go, Gary. There's someone in need. I have to go to Hammersley straight away. There is a number of things that hinder people from taking that step into eating well. One is not knowing. Lack of information. Lack of information. That's what I'm for. So all my information's there. So go ahead and look at me and I can help there. The other one is people are scared. What if they follow it and it doesn't work?
It's that defeatist attitude.
No, it's not a defeatist attitude. It's a fear that underlies that. So what if I try it and I do all the right things and it doesn't work? What am I left with? Maybe nothing. Maybe I'll die.
So if you don't try it, you've still got an option there.
Yeah, you've still got an option. Oh, well, I haven't tried that yet. Yeah, so it's an option. Yeah, a bit tricky. And look, there isn't, I always say, there isn't junk food and fruit. There is junk and there's food. And nutrition does matter. That's why the industry has grown and grown and grown.
Nutrition matters.
And it used to be something your grandmother used to always say.
Natural food. It's hard to eat
and then we
naturally
went through this whole industrialisation of food, and it's that industrialisation food that's led to all this illness. And that people that make food in those big amounts,
food
commercial
for profit.
amounts, they're there for money.
Jono, do you have trouble trying to stick to good nutritious food?
Penny, as a bigger man, I can sympathise with your husband. Certainly, being mayor, I used to see every trestle table that had food on it as a trough. I used to just wait to get to the food. One of the things I used to hate doing about citizens ceremonies was the photos after, where everybody else was pigging out and I'm slavering. Exactly. So it is very, very difficult. It's a difficult one because you don't know. There are people, and I put myself in this situation, that are undisciplined fat slobs. And if you give me food, I'm gonna eat.
Has your doctor ever said to you though, there's a problem here? You've got to focus more on natural food.
Absolutely. Yes. And in fact, I lost a hell of a lot of weight. I had Ross with the virus, and I went back to him and said, "Look, I've lost a lot of weight." And so generous he was. He says, "That's because you're sick." And of course the weight's come back on. So I appreciate it, Penny. It's very difficult, but I think a bit like smoking now, and with people that have obesity issues and stuff, I think we need to maybe look at ways with the cost of health that maybe penalise those people to try and, because if I was penalised financially, I can give you the tip. But the sugar tax, I think, has been talked about.
Sugar tax.
Yeah,
I love the idea of a sugar tax.
I would stop. Yep. So absolutely.
Lukey, are you a sugar eater too?
Well, I've just been through, over the last 12 months, I lost over 20 kilograms, so I can relate to this letter. Yeah.
You lost
over 20 kilograms in 12 months. And
that's huge.
It was tough because I told people, I'm going out, I'm going to lose weight. And I had the worst advice around me. Everyone's got this like, oh, look, don't worry about it. My nana lived to 99 and all she had was a glass of brandy, a bag of chips and a bit of meth every day. That's all she had. She lived to be 128. And I'll give you all this advice and none of it's great. I had a friend who gave me this great advice. He said, if you want to lose weight, Luke, all you got to do is when you open a bag of chips, just eat 2, then fold up the bag, put it back in the cupboard. I was like, mate, that's not how chips work. That's people throwing out. But I think everything that I've learned in the last year has just been everything in moderation. Just a little bit in moderation. A little bit of junk food is okay every now and then.
Of course it is.
Just don't overdo it.
The body's a wonderful filter.
And don't judge
80-20.
people. Like I had a friend
80-20?
who... Yeah,
80-20 rule.
absolutely.
I'm more 90-10. But
90-10 is good.
I had a friend judge me though because I let my kids eat a Happy Meal for lunch. They're like, oh, you let your kids eat a Happy Meal? when I have kids, I'm only going to feed them organic, non-processed food. And I'm like, yeah, but I think you're forgetting you are what you eat, and my kids are happy. Yeah, that's what you got to remember.
I used to take my niece and nephew to the movies, and they were really young, and the following day my sister would ring me and say, please don't take my kids to Macca's after the movies because they spend all day on the loo. And they're really healthy eaters. They're terrific. Mandi?
I'm going to take a little bit of a different angle. I think that when somebody is like this, you can't do anything. They can only do something. And what you need to do is sit him down and you need to say, this is how it's affecting our family and how it's affecting me. And if that doesn't work, nothing will. I think it's up to him. He's got to know he's got a problem. He's got to believe he's got a problem. He's got to do the research he's got to stop.
I'm with you. Let him die.
He's got to.
It's not up to her to manage him. She's said management.
He's got to know he has responsibilities. It's his kids.
That's right.
And it's become a management issue for his kids.
Management issue. He should.
And it's a poor example and all those things.
We asked you at home, is it your experience that the elimination of rubbish food in the diet and the consumption of nutritious natural foods can dramatically increase health and well-being? Well, here's what you said. 89% of people said, of course. 11% of people are sitting there looking at the screen and pigging out on chocolate as we speak. When we come back, we're going to be talking about whether the customer is still always right. Don't go away. More of the panellists after the break.
They are.
Are they?
Absolutely.
Pour some sugar on there, baby.
It's time for sweet and sour. It's time for sweet and sour.
There we go. Last segment, welcome back. Hello, sweet and sour. When I grew up, I was always told and constantly reminded that the customer is always right. Well, really? Do the panellists still think this is the case? Because I, for one, do not. I believe I've been in retail all my life, and I can tell you, while finger waving, that the current crop of new entrants into the market, teenagers and early 20-somethings, are the rudest. Oh, here we go, somebody with one of these bandwagons. The 20-somethings are the rudest, dumbest, most ignorant I have ever had the misfortune to serve in over 38 years of retailing. Oh, well, you were like that when you were young, mate, too. You have to learn, don't you? Thank goodness these millennials are deserting personal traditional shopping and heading online. You won't say that when you've got no customers, mate, because only a computer program could tolerate these morons. And let me tell you, they are demanding, disrespectful, deceptive, and utterly disgraceful. So, panel, do you agree with me that the old adage is now totally debunked? My staff are the people who now receive my full support in any dispute. Ooh. The young shoppers are collectively thieves and liars. Oh, generalisations. It comes to us from Chris, Mile End in South Australia. Luke, I hope your perspective is something that will balance up poor old Chris of Mile End. What do you got to say to this bloke?
I think the thieves and liars part's stepping over the line. But aside from that, I think we've kind of bred a culture at the moment where the customer gets rewarded for being a jerk. They've got this situation where businesses are so afraid that the customer's going to leave a bad review online that if the customer kicks up a fuss, they will bend over backwards. Oh, we'll give you vouchers. Don't leave us a bad review. And I think it's a really bad situation we've got ourselves into. And the only way out of it is if we as a society go full Black Mirror and we allow businesses to leave reviews for customers. That's the only way that this will sort it out. If a business can go, oh, sure, you're going to give me 2 stars because one of your teaspoons was a bit dirty. Well, how about 1 star for you because you took a dump and clogged our bathroom? Huh? How about that? That's the only way that they're going to even the playing field between businesses and customers. That's it.
That's brilliant.
I think so.
Is there a economic platform that could work on, though?
I'm sure you could do a reverse Yelp.
It works on Uber.
Works on Uber, but that's
you review and review back.
That's a direct. The business itself
makes them behave.
Has them, and it does, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Wow. So every business would have to put a review of you up there. I don't know. It needs to be a more general thing, but it's a terrific idea.
Don't worry, we're going to get chips.
Mandi, as the purveyor of many a fine good.
Yes. Well,
what do you have to say? Is the customer always right?
No. Not at all. We're supposed to be the expert, so we are supposed to be educating the customer and upskilling our staff to cope with these difficult customers. And we're supposed to be giving everyone a fantastic experience, under promising and over delivering. I know that's said a lot lately, but I try and do that.
Under promising and over delivering.
And that's what we need to do. But the customer is not always right, and they won't insist on being right if you communicate with them all the way through. The millennial issue, mate, honestly, really? Do we have to go there? That makes me wild. There's horrid humans in all ages. So yeah, I think it's time. 38 years, mate. It's time to close your doors.
Yeah, and as someone in their early 20s,
Yeah.
I especially
I'd
take
love
offence.
to know how you would have been reviewed when you were a kid and a teenager.
Yeah.
Goodness me. We asked you at home, is the customer still always right? And here's what you said. Only 15% of you said yes, the customer is still always right. 85% said no. How amazing. Nat, your experience is?
I have a gorgeous friend, Claire. Hello, Claire. She's
Hello,
been in
Claire.
retail for a long time, and she just makes it look so facile. She can come up against the most hideous people, and I've been there and seen it, and she just has this savvy way, and it's about having that savvy way to manage. Being in retail is an art, and if you haven't got the art of it, you might need to review where you are. You might
Most
actually work
definitely
in one
is
of
an
those
art,
taking
isn't it?
order companies. And she just has a way of managing people, and that's what it's about, to turn it
People
around so
skills.
the customer feels like they're always right. But you've managed to get the negotiation to the point where both the business and the customer are happy.
Wow, I'll ask you all in a minute. Where were you ever treated poorly as a client or a customer? Jono,
Yeah, Chris, you sound like a bit of an arsehole, and you wonder why you only get low lives coming into your shop. Surprise, surprise. Look, I do take your point though on one thing. Online is killing retail, is killing jobs. Nothing's good has come
Online
from
is-
it, and nothing is good.
But he's not complaining about online.
I know that, but that's what's killing. That's what's killing. You don't want these people going online because let me tell you, Chris, when you're not being an arsehole to your people that are coming in, they're actually the nice ones that aren't shopping with you. They're online, getting it elsewhere. So you're going to close your doors. You know, good thing because I think you're an arsehole. But look, the other problem in society right now is these so-called influencers who think they can just get stuff for free, and then
But
if
they
they don't,
do.
they should.
They do.
Should. We should call this out. It is disgraceful, and yes, it's time to.
Why
time
is it
to turn
disgraceful?
The
It's one thing
tide.
to
Well, you just
ask.
can't just go and say you give me something for nothing, and it's not just one person. They're saying I've got 5 friends here. We're going to eat in your restaurant for free, and I'll whack something up on online about you. And if you don't, I'll say how dreadful and woeful
this is
your
it.
Is that
your
what's
business
happening?
Yep. Yep.
People are being blackmailed.
Yep.
All the time.
Atrocious.
Serious?
Yes, all the time.
Yep.
It's appalling. So what do you do to counter that?
Well, one bloke I saw last week very cleverly had a sign and he put it up with his ice cream place saying influencers pay double.
Smart. I'll do that too. That's good.
Yep.
Guess what? We've used up all our time, so we've got to go. So I'm not going to ask you about those experiences that you've had. Boo. We'll save that for the next time you're all on the show. We're going to do another retail question, are we? Jono, good night, sir.
Thank you. Yes,
Thank you for being here.
Indeed.
Nat, when do we all come to your place to eat your
Truffles.
truffles?
Mm.
How long's the truffle series?
It's another 6 weeks, I think.
Is that all?
Yeah, it's very short.
Just only
Get 'em
during
while you
winter?
can. Yeah.
Wow. Any truffles at your place?
No truffles.
No truffles?
No.
No? Any
I'd
beautiful
like that to
artworks
visit.
and things?
Oh, there's lovely artwork at my
I
place.
think I know that. Did you enjoy your time?
Loved it. Thank
Coming
you,
back?
guys. I'm coming back.
All right, look here, you
I'll be
coming
here.
back.
I'll be
I
here.
will see you in 2024. Let's make it happen. Let's lock it in. 2024. I'll be back.
2024?
Yep.
Oh, long
See
time
you then.
between drinks. The last time you were on was what?
2014.
Oh, how
Every 5 years,
You know,
consistently.
That's my fault. We got to go. Wave goodbye to everybody. Thank all of our wonderful panellists. Thank our terrific crew, and thanks for having us at home tonight, Australia. Good night, everyone. This is where you wave. Beverly Hillbilly style. Got that? That's it.
You'll come back now, yeah?
Dun, 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 dun. Good night, everyone.